For the first time in over a decade, NASCAR returns to the Rock, and what a way to kick it off. What's up everyone, my name is Jed. Welcome back to an episode of MDK Racing Victory Stop. For the first time this year, we're going to be covering the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series from the Rock, Rockingham Speedway. For the first time since 2013, the NASCAR Truck Series returns to action there. And what a race. This race, it had everything. I mean, it was fast paced, a lot of exciting racing, really good storylines throughout the field, and a fuel mileage that ended off with the driver breaking a 130 race winless streak in Tyler Ankrum, getting his second career Truck Series win, leading 29 of the 200 laps to take home the checker flag at Rockingham Speedway. Let's take a look at the unofficial results here. Great showing from a lot of drivers we're going to be talking about here. Jake Garcia in second place. Absolute great run for him. Led 43 of the 200 laps. Showed some really good speed. Earned the second most stage points with 17. I don't think really anybody had out of the ThorSport camp looked at Jake Garcia, despite the fact that, you know, he did qualify on pole. It was quite a surprise to see him show the speed that he showed here today, but excellent run for him in that 13 truck, I should say. Daniel Hemrick in third, Raja Kruth in fourth place. So this is interesting considering we were around 82 laps ago. He was involved in a big accident between him, Stuart Friesen, and Tanner Gray, as well as Matt Mills in the 42 truck. So Raja Kruth coming off of turn number 4, got loose. Stuart Friesen ran into the back of him after Kruth checked up, and then Matt Mills ran into the back of Friesen. Both of them crashed, end up taking Tanner Gray in the process. Fifth is Grant Infinger, 6K in Honeycutt. Also had a great run here today. Showed some really good speed, led 12 laps. Jack Wood in 7th. Now, Corey Heim, he finished in the 8th position. And Corey, he led the most laps with 52. For his standards, didn't have the best start. Started in the 15th position. But he led all those laps. In stage 3, there was an oddly timed caution. Corey Heim last pitted on lap 92. And so there was no way he was going to make it. Him and his teammate Gio Ruggio in the 17 truck, they were banking on a caution. They were just trying to wing it, trying to go as long as they could. Ultimately, no caution came out. They had a pit with around 30 or so laps to go, but because he put so many trucks a lap down, he was able to rebound and get a top 10 finish. 9th is Connor Mozak, and Gio Ruggio, like I said, he comes home with a top 10 place finish. 11th is Lane Riggs. He ran out of gas, actually. He pitted with around 5 laps to go, and that was the interesting part about this race, was that you had some fuel mileage near the end of this race. His teammate also, Chandler Smith, with 2 laps to go. He was running, I believe, in the 2nd position. He also ran out of fuel. And then it looked like as though maybe would Tyler Ankrum also run out of fuel. He was able to save a lot, enough to do even a burnout. Looked like Joe Logano was behind the wheel of that 18 truck. But yeah, tough break for the front row drivers because they showed some real good speed here today. I believe Lane Riggs won a stage, so and led had the most stage points with 20. So both show great speed, but ultimately didn't get the finish they wanted. 12th is Andres Perez. 13th, Chandler Smith, Nathan Bird, and Spencer Boyd, the top 15. Sammy Smith, Brandon Jones, Tony Brininger, Dawson Sun, and Bailey Curry. Unfortunately for him, Bailey Curry, he spun, I believe, on 2 laps into the race. Him and Connor Mozak crashed, coming out for turn number 4 on lap 2 of the race. They were ultimately able to continue, but Curry was never able to show the speed that he had, despite the fact that he qualified in 6th, so he had some real good speed here today. And some other notables, we got Corey Day in the 22nd position. Matt Crafton had an electrical fire early in the race. I believe at around stage 2, at the beginning of stage 2, he went behind the wall due to an electrical fire, was still able to rebound and finish inside the top 25, with Kligerman finishing the 25th, Luke Fenhouse in 26th. And then some of the other drivers that were caught up in crashes, Tanner Gray, Stuart Friesen, and Matt Mills, 28th through 30th. Ty Majeski finishes in 31st. Now, he crashed with 90 laps to go. He lost it underneath Grant Infinger turns 1 and 2 and backed it into the outside wall. Ben Rhodes, he had a bunch of problems. Just had, I don't know if it was mechanical issues or power steering, but he just had a whole bunch of issues after he hit the wall very early in the race. Ends up in 32nd position. Stephen Malozzi in 33rd. Justin Carroll, 34th, and Norman Benning rounds out the 35 truck field. Let's go over some things. Number 1, the biggest winner, NASCAR. What a crowd. Great crowd on hand for a truck race on a Friday night, and a great race. I mean, Rockingham, for its first time in 12 years, really good stuff. Not so much tire wear, not too much to talk about, but it was so much fun. Those trucks, they were just wheeling it. I don't know something about it, but it looked like they were flying in the corners. You saw a whole bunch of drivers when they were underneath someone, they would just get loose. They would have to catch their truck, wheeling it back and forth. Some awesome battles up in the front of the field, especially between, Jake Garcia and Lane Riggs near the end of stage number 1. Some really fun battles throughout the race, and especially up front from start to finish. Some awesome battles for the race lead, and I thought it was a very interesting, very entertaining race. So the biggest winner has to go to Rockingham, and it was a great showing for their first NASCAR race in over a decade. That's the biggest winner. And also, like I said, the racing, really fun to watch. Trucks muscling their way through the field. The biggest loser, Fox. I know it's like the same thing every single week. Oh, we gotta talk about Fox. We gotta talk about Fox. But I gotta say this: Charlotte to Rockingham. That's an hour and 19-minute drive, and you're telling me Fox couldn't be bothered to send the crew out to Rockingham? Like, I mean, come on. Like, I know Jamie Little, Carson Hocevar, and Michael Waltrip, they're using that NASCAR production studios, but guys, it's less than 90 minutes away. You couldn't drive there? Seriously? And you thought that was bad. Again, two races in a row, Fox, I think, didn't know it was the final lap of the race, because Mike Joy and Clint Boyd, that whole crew at Bristol, they treated that final lap like it was nothing. Same thing here today. Jamie Little was still talking 2 or 3 seconds after Tyler Ankrum took the checker flag, and it was kind of like, oh, and Tyler Ankrum takes a checker flag. It's like, you would have no idea it was the final lap of the race if you were blind. Like, and speaking of the booth, Carson Hocevar, I mean, Fox should pay him double, because he was doing double duty. He was hired as an analyst. Yeah, I swear, he played the analyst hat and the play-by-play hat. I mean, if you listen to the race, Carson Hocevar talked way more than Michael Waltrip and Jamie Little combined. And let's be honest, he did a much better job at play-by-play. Even though he was brought in as an analyst, he called that race play-by-play miles better than Jamie Little did. And it was a miles better analyst than Michael Waltrip. And it shows how much work the Fox booth is needed. I don't know why Fox couldn't have maybe hired Rick Allen. I don't know, if Rick Allen didn't want that job, but again, Jamie Little is a fantastic pit reporter. I love Jamie Little as a pit reporter, but man, get someone else on the mic on play-by-play, because it is ridiculous how many mistakes that they did. It, like with Carson, especially in the booth. Carson, like I said, he did play-by-play, and how he was calling it. He will say things that happen. Meanwhile, Michael Waltrip and Jamie Little will be like, oh, was there contact? Was there contact? Meanwhile, Carson Hocevar is already explaining the next step that's happening because he already called it. Like, it seemed as though that Carson was 2 or 3 steps ahead every single time than his co-announcers. So that part was a bit funny. It also kind of sad, but hey, shout out to Carson, because he did a masterful job in the booth. So I got to give credit to him for that. That's ultimately all you can say about this race. Rockingham, for its first time, showed up today. A fantastic race, lots of action. Carson Hocevar showed up in the Fox booth. He did all the heavy lifting. I wouldn't be surprised. He's a tall dude, so we wouldn't be surprised if his back is hurting from all the carrying he had to do for this broadcast booth. I am very excited for what the Xfinity Series has planned for tomorrow. Kasey Kahne's returning for the first time since 2018 in NASCAR, and he has a fantastic record at Rockingham. I am super excited to see what Rockingham provides. But what did you think of the race? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Until next time, Madam Jet from MDK. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.